Our topic for today is how to arrange a cremation. Arranging a cremation service can be many times the same as arranging for a funeral service, as far as the elements of the arrangement themselves. When you talk about cremation, you include what the family wants in that. Do they want a direct cremation, which means there's no visitation, no funeral, no ceremony whatsoever? Or do they want to have a visitation, funeral, service, and ceremony, and then cremation? Many times today, families look at cremation and think, well, that's the lesser expensive means for the arrangement. That can be true, but it's not necessarily true. If you were to compare a direct cremation to a direct funeral service or burial, the prices would be somewhat the same. Little difference, but somewhat the same. The elements that are involved in the direct burial and the direct cremation are the same. You still have to meet usually with a funeral director to get the information for the death certificate and the information to get the cremation itself done, meaning permits secured and permission to do the cremation. Those kinds of things have to be done. The same type arrangements have to be made for an immediate burial. So if a family chooses to do direct cremation or do a cremation with the body present, then do the funeral, and then do the cremation, those elements are the same. You meet with the funeral director, you get the information, you get the permits that are necessary to sign, and then you schedule either that direct cremation, and then once the paperwork's complete and the family leaves, it's then up to the funeral director to get the cremation itself done. The family may leave then and have no more responsibilities or things that they have to do related to the cremation until the ashes or the cremains are returned back to the family. Then some families choose to do visitation, funeral, and then cremate. If that be the case, then you make the arrangements as if it were an at-need traditional funeral. You plan the visitation, you plan the funeral service, you plan all of those things, do the visitation, do the funeral service, and then after the service is completed, then the body would be carried to the crematory for the cremation. Once the cremation is completed, then the ashes or the cremains are then returned to the funeral home and returned to the family.